Welcome back to PS with Jen. Today we're going to talk about the collagen era and why everyone is talking about collagen, tightening, and confidence. What I love about my job is that I get a front row seat to how women really see themselves, how they feel, what builds confidence, and what needs to be changed. They're telling me things in the treatment room that not everyone else gets to be part of. Let's take a minute to jump into a consultation. When I am in there, I'm listening to people share that they don't want to be 25, they want to feel more like themselves again. They're pointing to areas like their neck, like their décolleté, their arms, their knees, their abdomen, their buttocks. And they're saying that this doesn't align with how I feel on the inside. These areas just aren't me anymore. So what is the shift? Why are we seeing this all of a sudden? People are living their healthiest life. They're building muscle, they're taking hormones seriously, they're decreasing inflammation in their bodies, they're working out like crazy, monitoring their longevity. GLP-1s have completely changed the conversation. People are losing weight, which is wonderful. They're decreasing inflammation, but they're also losing volume. This comes with another conversation. With weight loss, women are experiencing laxity that had already been started, but now is much more exacerbated, and nobody prepared them for that. We're living longer. 40s isn't old, our 50s isn't old, and 60s, they're looking a lot different. People aren't trying to stay 25, they're trying to age well and live longer. This is longevity. People often think that weight loss is the finish line, when really it's just the beginning. The next questions start with, now that I've lost volume, how do I preserve the body? How do I maintain my skin? How do I build muscle? This is where we want to talk and break down what is collagen. Everyone throws that word around, but not really many people understand what it does. I love to use analogies in the office, so today we're going to talk about the mattress. So you think about your brand new mattress, it's full of springs, but every year it gets a little bit older. Wear and tear, we're going to pull a spring out, every year. Just envision that. And when you think about collagen and you think about aging, it's very similar to this mattress because it's not just about wrinkles anymore. We're thinking about the lack of support. So what used to be very supported may have areas of loss. And this is what we think about when we're talking about bone and muscle, ligaments and tendons. We're having lack of support and lack of collagen. When the conversation comes in the room about my neck, my jaw, my décolleté, my arms, my abdomen, my buttocks, my knees, these are all loss of collagen. And this is what your collagen is actually truly supporting. That bounce, that reflection of support. The next analogy we're going to use is your collagen bank account. How many withdrawals are you going to make? Think about this. Every single birthday that you have, every single time you're in the sun, every menopausal hit, every pregnancy, all of these high stress moments in life, these are withdrawals from your collagen bank account. The question now is, will collagen decrease? It will. What we should be asking is, how can we make deposits? We want to talk about confidence conversations. No one has ever come into my office and said, Jen, I want Sculptra. Jen, I want to build collagen. Jen, I want Radiesse. What they're coming in saying is, I stopped wearing tank tops. I don't actually love my picture when someone takes it from a side profile. I've been hiding my stomach by pulling out my shirt more often. I don't look forward to bathing suit season because I don't feel confident. What they're asking for is not Radiesse or a syringe or Sculptra. They're asking for confidence. These conversations bring me back to a few examples in the treatment room. I most recently had a patient, she's in her 60s. She is the healthiest she has ever been. But she cried to me sharing, I wear a scarf every day because when I had this weight loss, no one informed me that my skin would look like this. When I think about another patient, she is living her best life, but she shared she will not wear shorts around her grandchildren. Those kids, they tell you everything. What I noticed that confidence in treatments aren't about vanity. They're about freedom. People were asking, what treatment should I do next? This told me something really important, that people weren't looking for a treatment, they were looking for a roadmap. And this helped Powell Studio to prevent creating another menu of services, but to create the journey that they were looking for. Our collagen and contour collection at Powell Studio can be defined as a good, better, and best. The reason for this is not because one is better than the other, but that people start at different starting points. Some people are in preservation, some people are in correction, and some people are really at a complete transformation. We've noticed that none of these are right or wrong, they're just different stages of the journey. This is one of the biggest differences at Powell Studio. We don't build service menus, we build strategies. Some patients need muscle building, some need body contouring, others need collagen, some need nutrition, others need hormones first. Everyone is different. That's why every patient starts with an assessment. Not a trend, not a package, not a promotion, just a conversation. Powell Studio's Hot Girl Summer isn't about an age. There is no age requirement. It's about building confidence and wearing your hair up because you love the way you look and your neck is nice and smooth. It's about wearing that bathing suit without trying to cover up and hide your body. It's about wearing those shorts and not being distracted about wearing pants instead. It's about walking into summer confident, making memories, and this is what we're celebrating. Not the distraction of loose skin, loss of collagen, but building confidence, treating every area of the body with respect and loving the body you're in. I think in aesthetics, we're moving in a completely different direction, but this is so exciting because instead of chasing wrinkles and fine lines, we're thinking about how do we preserve the skin? How do we build collagen? How do we have strong muscles and strong support? This is a different shift because we're thinking about true healthcare. This is aging well. This is longevity. This is wellness. People ask all the time, what makes Powell Studio different? And it's actually really simple. We don't treat today's concern. We treat for the next 10 years to make sure that we are supporting the best version of your future self. Confidence isn't built in one appointment. It's not one syringe. It's not one laser. It's not one treatment. It's thoughtful conversations and thoughtful treatment plans over time. If you've taken one thing from this episode today is that your body is not failing you. Your skin is not failing you. You're simply experiencing biology. What's exciting about this is we know how to build collagen, how to increase muscle, how to strengthen the skin. And this is so exciting because it makes people feel like themselves again. Not because they're trying to be somebody else, but because confidence is one of the most important investments we can make in ourselves. If you're suddenly noticing your skin changing, your neck is catching your attention in those side profile pictures, things don't feel like yourself, you're not alone. We're actually having this conversation with many people every single day at Powell Studio. Hundreds are in for consultation, and maybe that's your next step. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you next week on PS with Jenn.